Good morning. It is February 1st, 2024, and I am in the Verde Valley of northern Arizona, and this is my winter garden update. So I'm starting out today in my greenhouse, and I'm going to show you a few of the things that we've got happening in here. So there's a few odds and ends of cacti. This is a kohlrabi. We had some aphid issues in here earlier, so not a lot of these ones survived, like this kale, but it's doing really well right now. In the center, we have in big barrels lemons that got pollinated by bees that made their way in here a couple of months ago, which was very cool. So I think we're really going to get a lot of lemons. We've got a couple of little avocado trees that are just kind of hanging on that are new. This is where I do all of my starts for outside and also for in here. So right now there's a lot of greens, a lot of lettuces, chard, and some bok choy. There's this kind of pretty little dark red bok choy. That'll be fun. There's some onions. We're going to try to do a lot of onions. Last year we did 2 outdoor beds of onions and we got almost 200 pounds of onions and we ate them in about 6 months. So this year we're going to try to do five beds of onions and see if that actually will last us the whole year. That's going to be quite a challenge, but I think it'll be fun. This is a pepper plant. This is jalapeno. This is kind of almost a tree. It's been here for 3.5 years. I just pulled all the fruit off of it. There's one little green one left, and hopefully that will bounce back and produce more this spring. This is a celery plant. There's just kind of some odds and ends left from the winter growing. This is a jojoba bush, which is really happy in here. I think this might actually do okay outside, but I love it. I think it's so pretty. It's got these little itty bitty flowers in there. This is the lemon tree again, and some various succulents. This is a little bit of lettuce. This is where I usually do all my lettuce. There's parsley. The end of the last batch of lettuce here too. So that's pretty much what I have happening indoors. So I'm going to take a quick tour of the outside, but as you'll see when we get out there, that mostly it's a lot of clearing and a lot of taking down of the old stuff. So, but there are a few things growing out here. So see, all of this comes down. Usually February is my month to clear everything. All along this stuff, just more work to be done. This bed is ready, and this is the brooder I just hosed down for some chickens that I'm hatching. I've got some funny Dutch bantams. They look like the first bantams I've done, plus some of our eggs. So that's always fun and exciting. First hatch of the year. This is Celtis, which is an Asian green. You can eat like lettuce, and then the stems get really thick, and you can cut it up and eat it or pickle it. Which is really actually quite delicious. Okay, old debris. This is some cabbages that are pretty happy. Over here we have 2 beds of garlic. These were planted in October, and this one looks just like it should. This one did not get watered for some reason. I had the watering irrigation off for about the first 2 months, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working, and now I know why it wasn't really growing. I'm hoping it'll catch up because it's still green and there's plenty of time, because that doesn't get harvested until late May. Excuse me. Okay, so over here we have, this is what we use for chicken usually, but I had some extra quail, so I put them in here as a little bit of an experiment to see how they like it, compared to how we usually do our quail, which is in those metal cages where they roll out. Well, these ones aren't producing as many eggs, but they look happier, so we have to kind of balance that. All right, let's go over here. 2 more beds of greens. This is the hammerhead spinach, which is wonderful all winter. Great cooked, great raw, really good stuff. These are 2 different varieties of beets. This is a golden beet, which is really good. But the greens are really delicate, really good for just kind of sauteing fresh. And then a more traditional dark red beet, which I really like pickled or fermented into kvass, which is very yummy. So I'm looking forward to making more of that. Okay, I'm going to go take a peek in the orchard. I think I'm going to go around the house and take a look at the chickens today, since I don't think I've actually done a garden tour where we went and saw what the chickens are up to in a long time. But this is the orchard. Those are all the trees, all still dormant. End of February is probably when I'm going to start pruning all of those, which I am very much looking forward to. I love pruning trees. Here are the 5 beds that are going to have the onions. They had our grow outs for the meat birds, some of the American breasts that we raise, and then some of the hatchery red broilers we did on here. And then after we are done processing the birds, we dig all of the waste into the bed and let it rest, and it sort of composts in place and is perfect for putting crops in right afterwards, or a couple months after. Here are the little pens that we use for the grow outs for the birds, one of the roofs we built. And then this area in the middle here is, we've been working it so that we can do a big patch of corn and squash and beans directly into the ground. We've never had quite enough space to really get corn going, so I'm hoping this is going to do it. I would love to get some corn. Here are the kumquat trees that did not enjoy the 20 degrees that we had. They may need to get pulled up and brought into the greenhouse, but this is an experiment. I did cover them, but they still got pretty unhappy. It's kind of tough because they fruit right at the coldest time of the year. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little chicken tour. And we're going to go around the house, and I have all the garden that we just looked at is facing south and facing west. To get the maximum sunlight, we use shade cloth as needed, but for the chickens, they don't really love it when it's 110 degrees. So we have them tucked into the hillside down on the northeast side of the house under some pine trees, so they get a much more mild summer, and they're fine with our winters because our winters really don't go below 20. So, okay, here is the first coop. This is the red coop, and these are our original birds. This is the first ones that we got a little over 2 years ago, and it's mostly the same flock. We added a couple of these white American breasts that we hatched out last year. They're the only youngsters in there. This is Friendly, he's our rooster, and this is Crow. You'll see some of her offspring up in the other coop, because we hatched some of these ones last year, and she's a green egg layer, so we got some really nice green eggs from her and from her offspring. So that's what's going on here. I do believe Crow is eating eggs though, and we've had kind of a problem with that. So one of the things that I did recently is we built these little rollout collectors so that the eggs, when they lay them in here, collect into these little boxes, and I've caught a few eggs that way. Let's see, Crow, are you in there? Yeah, see, there she is. She just kind of hangs out and like waits. Like, hey, someone lay an egg, I want to eat it. But yeah, that's kind of a problem. So I'm thinking I might isolate her from the flock. This coop kind of has some drama. The other ones are a little less of that. All right, bye everybody. All right, so now we're going to work our way around. We've got this big wash here, and this is kind of on the downslope. That's facing north. This camera's looking north. And up here, this is also where Mango likes to hang out. Hi, Mango. Take a little look at Mango. Say hi. Mango often likes to sing along to the chickens laying eggs. Hi, Mango. What you doing? Are you over there? There she is. Hi. She's a husky and a golden retriever, and she likes to sing along to the chickens. Okay, here is the other coop. And this coop is actually 2 coops in one. And this little side has my ermine Americana. Hi, there's the rooster. He's got things to say about this. Hi, mister. That's Parrot. He's an absolute scaredy cat baby. They're hanging out inside there. He's got 3 hens, and yeah, I don't know why they're inside. Maybe they're laying eggs or something. And down here is the American breasts are the white ones, and then the ones with the colors are ones that we hatch from the other flock. So they lay green eggs, so it's easy to tell them apart. And we did do our first batch of breasts last fall. There's the rooster. He's a pretty boy. Yes, you are. Look at it. Okay. So these ones are pretty drama-free. You're good birds. Okay, this is pretty much where I'm going to stop the tour for the day. And I will be back in the spring, and hopefully everything will be green and growing and beautiful. Take care.